Welcome to another episode of hernia surgery videos. Today we're actually changing it up a little and answering probably one of the most commonly asked questions that I get nowadays, which is how do you make your videos? And so we're going to pay homage to MTV's great show, Making the Video, and talk about how I use simple programs to make mine. So how do you make your videos? And more importantly, why do you make your videos? So video making for me is a built-in self-reflection and an opportunity to review my cases. Whenever making these videos, I find myself hyper-dissecting everything that I did in the operating room. Beyond just observing and watching my case videos, this gives me an opportunity to think about how I could be better. So it serves a role of quality improvement. As an educator, I find my videos have really helped me prepare my trainees for the operations. There are so many ways to perform every procedure, and my trainees are able to watch my videos with narration and understand the rationale behind my decisions, walking into my operating room more prepared and hopefully gaining more entrustment during the means of getting the operation done. And finally, making videos, posting them online, posting them on various social media platforms, including private groups that give us the opportunity to review with our colleagues, gives me a mechanism to obtain feedback on what I'm doing. Anytime you make a video, I think it's important to ask ourselves, who is the audience? And for me, most of the time, I'm focused on trainees and learners, but plenty of times I'll make videos that are directed towards surgeons in practice or experts in the field, and it's really important to hone in on who you're trying to most educate with those videos, so that it can drive you to make better content. So we're going to go through a step-by-step process of how to make videos. And the first step really is the most important step, and that's to record your cases. I think it's really important to build a program and a structure to your practice that allows you to regularly record. And so I obtain consent from all of my patients to record their cases and potentially use them in an educational format. I share with them the YouTube channel that I have. I highlight to them the role that the videos play in my own personal career and educating other surgeons. And oftentimes, the patients are very enthusiastic and ask me, "Am I gonna have a video that shows up on YouTube?" So again, engaging with your patients, obtaining their consent to use video from their operations is really important. I also think it's very important to record every case and develop a workflow for recording and downloading all of your cases. It's not a good idea to target specific cases as the ones you're going to record and use for content, because it's unpredictable. Sometimes the cases that you thought were going to be easy or chip shots end up becoming an operation that there's like a really great learning point. And sometimes the cases that you think are going to be wonderful teaching cases or opportunities for video review end up not being so great. So again, recording every case assures that you have the maximum potential to use videos from your operations. And then, of course, anytime recording and uh, using videos, it's important to review the institutional rules, regulations, so that you're in compliance with your institutional standards. So make sure you know what your institution wants from you. Many ways to record, and surgeons are familiar with these. Most surgeons likely have a circumstance where they can directly download videos to their personal device from the operating room, but there are other mechanisms. Our institution, for instance, does not allow for this and makes it kind of difficult. We have a third-party HIPAA-compliant cloud that works really nice. At the end of the case, the circulating nurse will just hit a button, and the video will get um, uploaded to the cloud where you can access it through our various mechanisms, and it's very compliance safe and reduces the potential for patient data being lost with like a hard drive or anything. Those of us that use robotic technology are probably aware of Intuitive Hub, which is going to be a program and platform related to the Intuitive Da Vinci robot that should make downloading and editing videos easier. And many institutions are going to get this program over the course of the next 2 to 5 years. So I wanted to actually review the step-by-steps of making a video. So let's just highlight that I'll be using two programs. One, iMovie, and the second, PowerPoint. And that's what I've used for every single one of my videos that I've made. And so it starts by just transferring a video to iMovie. I go to my iMovie right when I open it up. I hit Create New Movie option. Upon getting into that screen, I'll just drag the video file that I'm looking to edit onto the lower portion of the screen. And now you see this is a 27-minute case. It was a robotic tap ventral, and at the end of this video, I'll include a link to that original video. So you drag it into iMovie, and then we start the process of editing, splicing, and making it better. So let's start with the first step, which is crop and fit. So before I splice, I like to make sure that we got the entire video in view. Oftentimes the video will get transferred and the style will default to fit, which will result in many parts of the screen being lost. And so I change the style to crop and fill, which allows me to center on the entire video. I usually will cut out the lower portion for my robotic cases, which include the various things that are happening with my arms and my instruments, which I think are distracting for my videos and don't provide much. If there's a scenario where I do believe there's an educational component to what I'm doing with my instruments, I may include that in the videos, but that's quite rare. I think it's important to consider playback speed. Most surgeons will speed up their videos. We all know that watching videos is time intensive, and putting an entire case can be far too long to have. So most surgeons are using 2 to 3x. I prefer 2x. Here you're seeing that I'm changing the speed setting to 200%, essentially 2x. I think if you're doing edited videos that you want to really demonstrate techniques, 2 to 3x is a good speed to still allow the viewer to understand the technical elements of what you're performing. Now, if you want to demonstrate a full-length case and show an unedited operation, oftentimes these are performed at a faster speed, 4x, but it's harder to pick up on the nuances of technique. And so just be cognizant of that. Most of the time, whenever people are viewing your videos, they have the option to change the speed. However, if you have narrated, changing the speed will modulate your voice, and oftentimes they'll have to mute your voice. So be thoughtful about what speed you use for your intended videos. And then after that's done, I'll start with the process of splicing the video. So many times in our procedures, there's things like instrument exchanges, cleaning of the camera lens, and a variety of other things that don't provide much in terms of content and will distract the viewer. And so I like to edit all of those things out. So what you're seeing here is what it would look like on screen. When you do so, you go to the lower portion of the screen, you right click on the frame that you want to cut out, you'll split the clip, and then I'll split it multiple times and cut out the extra elements and just delete them. So then you'll have at the end maybe something like this. So this video originally started at 27 minutes. we cut it down by making it 2x, so that dropped it to about 13, and then splicing out some of the redundant and unnecessary portions of the video, we're down to 7 minutes and 53 seconds, just with simple things like speed and splicing. And then we add slides. A lot of people I find are confused on how to do animations using iMovie. And I don't necessarily know if there's a better way, but this is the way that I do it. I will just make a slideshow on PowerPoint. At the end of my slideshow, I will convert all of the files to a JPEG. Once I convert them to JPEGs, they're images that can be dragged into iMovie. So this is showing what it looks like when I drag them into iMovie. And then I just adjust the duration of each JPEG to anticipate the time that I'll use in my video when I record narration. So again, you put in your slide deck and then you'll go ahead and use that almost like a JPEG. And then animations and videos. So a lot of people ask me, how do I get animations into the video? I will freeze a frame on iMovie and then take a screenshot. I'll transfer that image to PowerPoint, and then I will use PowerPoint tools for editing images to add various animations to the to the picture. Transitions are, I think, important. I oftentimes will place transitions between my slides and various parts of the video. I think it really softens up some of the harsh transitions that happen and help orient your viewers that there's been a change in action or the moment of the video. Sometimes when there aren't transitions, it can get confusing. It feels a little jumpy. I mostly use cross dissolve and or cross blur during my videos. And then narration. Narration is really important. I think it's one of the best ways to convey your thoughts and teach. I record in a quiet room and try to avoid background noises. If you really get into it, you can also invest in noise canceling microphones. I think that can make a big time difference, and then you could modulate some of the recorded sound to assure that you have a high quality sound for your viewers. Editing and optimizing sound quality. There are some basic features on iMovie. Again, we talked about that noise canceling microphone. You can find these on Amazon between $40 and $100 for basic models, but of course, these can go upwards of hundreds of dollars if you really want to get into it. iMovie has some sound editing basics like reducing background noise. I usually will reduce background noise by 100%. I'll use hum reduction, especially if you're not using a noise canceling microphone. And then you can adjust your volume as well. So once you're done with all of that, you've basically completed editing a video where you can then save it as a file name and then share the project as a file. So share the project as a file, and you'll be able to edit the quality of the video file with regard to high definition and the quality of the sound. After all that's done, it's about sharing your videos. Clearly, sharing videos can feel a little intimidating if you share it with a broad audience, but I think starting with internal reviews with partners, colleagues, and friends to get a sense of how you're doing, and then moving forward with other opportunities like conference submissions, considering social media platforms, and then surgery collaboratives. There's a lot of ways to share videos and learn together. And so in conclusion, I think video-based education is truly evolving and has given us an opportunity to improve education. And developing a systematic approach to interop recording is really the first step in building a solid video library. Thank you very much, and this video will have a link to the video that I demonstrated that we were editing. Thank you.